Are you looking for a movie about the tidiest workspace ever?
Well, then you're in the right place. Welcome to a YMBToAP Interlude.
Hello, Kelsey.
Hello, Robert.
Oh, how you doing? What's going on?
It's fantastic today. We're talking about yet another interlude movie, and I'm excited to be here.
Yes. Okay, so this is another movie you had not seen, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Had you seen this one?
I had seen this one just the
Okay.
one other time. I'd seen this one pretty recently. This is like one of Taylor's favorite movies.
Ah, all right.
I always knew of it. Like, have you heard of this movie at least, though?
Definitely. Forever
Okay.
and always, like every science teacher I've ever had and several friends have
Oh,
recommended
shit.
it.
I know. Like, every year, it'd be like, maybe we should just bring the TV in today and watch Gattaca.
Yeah. Always.
And then never did.
Nope.
And I bet I know why. Probably the ending.
And also at the very beginning.
Yeah. So, man, where to start with... I'm going to start this one. Same way we started another one. You talk
Okay.
about cast, man.
Oh,
This
yeah.
movie was stacked.
I know,
with
like when you
people.
started sending me, like okay, full disclosure, you have to parting the curtains here. We had originally planned to do Face Off for this movie.
Yeah.
And I got maybe 30 minutes in and I was like, this movie fucking sucks. I don't want to do this. I have nothing to talk about. It's bad. Can we do anything else?
And for the
And
record,
then-
I still have not seen that movie because that was my chance.
You really don't need to. You just don't. I thought I liked that movie. I recalled enjoying it.
See, I think it's the same thing. A previous interlude, depends on if you guys listen to these in or out of order, but we had done one for Sixth Day.
Yes.
And I remembered the same thing, just being like, I remember one thing that I loved about it. Thankfully, the movie held up.
Yeah.
It sounds like Face Off did not.
No.
Yeah.
You just don't need to see it.
I bet there was like one thing at the end that you were like, that is phenomenal to, 8-year-old Kelsey.
I bet once it gets into like actually the plot part of it, but I couldn't get past just like the whole beginning is just a mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, you messaged me and you're like, well, okay, what about Gattaca? And then you started listing off the cast, and I was like, everyone in the whole world is in this movie. Like we got
No
Uma Thurman,
Shit.
we got Jude
Okay.
Law, we got Ethan Hawke.
Okay. So, Uma Thurman, though.
Yes,
So pretty. Oh my god.
she is beautiful in this movie. Like she's pretty in every role, but this movie, like she's stunning. I don't know what it is.
I know. I just get like every time she'd come on screen, I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, And then I kept going like, you really got to watch Kill Bill to Taylor because she's never seen those.
Oh my God, that's a necessary watch.
Oh, phenomenal. I mean, with her alone. Okay, so see, my first interaction with Uma Thurman was Kill Bill. I really don't have like a huge repertoire of knowledge with her and movies. I really
no,
don't.
I don't either. I've seen her in. I had seen her in Pulp Fiction and then Kill Bill, and that's pretty much it. I
See,
think.
because I hadn't seen Pulp Fiction for like the longest time. Like
Yeah.
that was not a movie I'd seen. And then I didn't really watch Batman and Robin because she's Poison Ivy in that one.
Oh yeah, I forgot that she was in the Batman movies.
So I don't know, but this one, man, if you want to see a pretty lady, this is the one.
Yes.
And then you want to talk about a pretty guy,
Oh my God.
man, Jude. Okay, so Taylor said this was like her Jude Law.
Okay.
Whereas for me, like everybody has like, maybe it's not even the first time you saw them, but there's like one thing you're going to associate them with.
Yeah.
Right? For me, Jude Law is that robot in AI. He's the sex worker robot. I just,
Oh my
he
God.
brings a personality every time he's in a role that just makes you fully buy him in that role every time.
Yeah.
And I just really like him in AI. He's just my favorite there. But I loved him in
can't-
this too.
I can't think of another movie that I've seen him in. I've watched him recently in that new Star Wars show that I'm not really a fan of, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Oh yeah, he is in Sherlock Holmes. He plays
Oh, he plays Watson, right?
Watson. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he in
Oh
Pirates
yeah,
of the
he is.
Caribbean?
He's an enemy. No. No, you're thinking of Legolas. The
Orlando Bloom.
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't getting there. All right, Gattaca, Enemy at the Gates. I have seen him in that. AI. I pictured him in the wrong movie, I think. I kept saying that he was in something else, and he is not in that movie.
Hmm.
Oh, no, I'm not. We were thinking about another one when we came to the conclusion for this one. Because the other
Okay.
movie I had in mind had Ewan McGregor in it, and I kept saying, like, to Taylor, like, yeah, it's got Obi-Wan Kenobi or Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, they
And,
are
yeah.
similar in face and accent.
Yeah. I just love Jude Law. He's phenomenal. Now, okay, Ethan Hawke, though.
Mm-hmm.
Do we love him? I really don't know anything he's really been in.
I don't either, and I was going to ask you about it, so let's look him up real quick.
Oh,
So
he
was
is the
in-
Black Phone,
Oh,
but he's behind that
oh.
mask the whole time.
He's the Black Phone guy?
Yeah, he's like the guy,
He was in Dead Poet Society, which I've not seen.
which I don't remember him in. Because he was probably one of the kids.
He was
I
in
do
The
remember him
Purge.
as Sinister. Oh, yeah, he's the dad in The Purge. So
Yeah.
he's like the original family. Okay.
He does more horror movies than I thought.
I think so. Yeah, because Taking Lives is legit. I love that movie. That was a good movie. Oh yeah, Daybreakers? Maybe I have seen him a lot more. To me, Ethan Hawke is just that movie Boyhood, that they literally filmed this movie over 12 years and captured these
Yeah.
people aging in real time.
Which is so bizarre.
That's like what I always associate him with nowadays, because that was like
Mhm.
such a feat. And I'm like, yeah, who is this guy? But like, he's been in some good stuff too. Like, this is just a pretty good cast. It says he's in Knives Out.
Yeah, he was in Glass Onion.
Glass Onion. Who is he in Glass Onion?
You
Wait,
know,
he's
one
the
of
rich
them.
guy. He's the rich guy
Oh,
that they go
the
to his
main dude?
island. I think so. Okay, no, that's Edward Norton.
Yeah, yeah.
Is he? No, because the like boyfriend was Hugh Grant. I don't know, man.
He's in there somewhere.
He's like one of those forgettable white dudes. You
He's
know
got
what
a
I
very
mean?
everyman face.
Yeah. The way like most people say like the Chris's, Chris Pine, Chris Evans, and all that
Yes.
stuff. That's how I feel about Ethan Hawke, which sucks because I apparently super love him. He's in a bunch of stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I love him in that. Oh yeah, I love him in that. Well, you know what? I loved him in this too. He was so young though. Crazy.
Very young, yes. It is. When did Gattaca come out? 1997?
97.
Yeah. This is some advanced like thoughts I think for that
I
time.
thought that too.
So
like, so let's
I
get
guess
into
this
what it's
is-
about.
yeah, I guess this concept is kind of eternal because it's been around since, I mean, the biggest time that we saw of it was like in the 1940s.
That's what I
So
was thinking. Okay. I was like, am I right in that thought? Okay. I
yeah.
am.
I like that it opened out with those two quotes. So the first one says,
mhm.
I not only think that we will tamper with Mother Nature, I think Mother wants us to.
Yeah.
That's from somebody named Willard Galen. I don't know who that is. And then the second quote we get is straight from the Bible. And it says, consider God's handiwork. Who can straighten what he hath made crooked?
Yeah.
So,
So, I mean, I know that these aren't really in any order that you're listening or whatever, but when we had talked about the 6th day in a previous episode,
I think we're going to refer back to
Interlude.
that a lot because these
Yeah.
two were so similar in theme.
they were, and this one opened the same way that I loved so much. They didn't really give a time frame. They said like a not too distant future kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I love that because I hate it when they like fully just go like, this is the time, you know?
Mhm.
Because like Blade Runner did it, Back to the Future's done it, you know, and like people have been like, well, today's the day that like he went back in time. Well, we still don't have DeLoreans to do it or something, you know, like those are fun, but like they kind of like set an expectation that we don't reach, you know, and I don't
Yeah.
like that.
And once we age beyond that period, too, it becomes like, oh, this is a little bit silly.
Yeah. You know, like this helps this live forever. Like we can look past like, well, when they made this, that's the technology they had because like, you know, the technology is not great in this,
Yeah.
but Well, I mean, that's like when you watch any like Star Wars movie or something. They look through their binoculars. They have blasters, but their
Yeah.
binoculars are fuzzy. Bruh. That bothers me every time. You know,
Yeah.
there's
So-
there's a charm to movies that are so technologically ahead, but then still so like old timey in their technology. Alien does that all the time.
Right.
Like I do kind of like that, but so not putting a date helps keep that forever. You know,
Yeah.
that charm.
And the technology in this movie was like pretty advanced, I think, kind of in a Star Wars way. You know, they had much of the same stuff that we have now, but they're using it in a way that is different.
Yes. Yes.
So like basically like a little Dyson Hoover that they go around with and just suck up hair particles and stuff, and then they can just like shoot that into a machine that will instantly test all the skin flakes and hairs and say
Yeah.
like, oh, these are people that are, you know, valid or invalid based on their genetic code.
Yeah. So, I guess the idea is we've bred people to be the most elite that they can be.
Yes.
So well, okay, so it opens with this family that have a child naturally. And then you can run these tests that basically go, this is exactly when he'll get this disease.
Yeah.
And it'll be this thing, which is, that's a little much.
Yeah, there's ways to do that now, I think, right? Where you can like send your DNA
Yeah.
off to 23andMe or whatever have you, which I don't endorse or trust any of those companies, but you can send your DNA off and they'll test it and be like, well, your family has a history of like the following diseases. So based on your DNA, like here's the probability that you could get this thing in your lifetime.
Yeah,
But
a
this baby comes out.
probability.
Yeah.
But this is, he has this heart disease that will affect him at 31 years old.
Yes.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And
I mean, cool for the story, but yeah.
sure. And it also like brings up immediately, it's like presenting you with the thought of like, would you want this? Like, do you want to know your kid's going to die at 30.2 years old, or do you want to just like, it leaves nothing up to chance. It's great to know the opportunity for like, not opportunity. It's great to know that there is a chance that this baby won't make it to his 15th birthday or whatever. But like at the same time, he very well could. It's like all the robots. It's like C-3PO. Like never tell me the odds. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. The dad says that sentiment basically early on. So like they have this kid, and then they go to like make another one later, because they're like, oh well, this one came out bad. Let's have one that's better later.
Yeah.
Plus, that really fucked me up. They go to name this kid, so this comes around later.
Ugh,
they go to name
yeah.
him, and she's like, let's name him Anton, and he goes, Vincent Anton.
Not Anton.
And like the dad's like real quick to say it, and like you don't really know why until later. But by the way, that guy popped up, and I was like, oh, that's Casey Jones from the Ninja Turtles movie. Never seen him in another movie. Like he's just that guy to me. But so like he makes that point, which we only know he makes that point later. But good to know. So then they go back to make a kid, and they're like, okay, we've taken your eggs, we've taken the sperm, and we have 4 very viable candidates. We have 2 girls, 2 boys. You know, what do you want to do? You know, where do you want to go? And we can choose like their eye color. We can choose this for them. Like we can like basically make them a certain way as well. So they can like manipulate those details. And then the dad kind of goes, well, I don't know. I was kind of hoping, you know, some things would be left up to chance here. Like he even does say that same thing. Like, well, maybe I don't want to be in control of all of it. I want to choose just enough and then let nature take its course from there.
Yeah, like I don't care what color this kid's eyes and hair are as long as it doesn't come out with a heart disease.
Basically. So then they do have another kid that gets the dad's name, Anton, which, by the way, kid is like 9. Or no, he's like 8. And he's like a foot taller than his like 10-year-old brother.
Yeah, he's
Wild.
very, very large. I don't know if maybe he's big because he has like a genetic advantage, or if he is, or if the first kid is like small and wounded, you know, because they show him throughout his childhood like, oh, he fell and skinned his knee. We have to get him to the hospital right now. Like he's just a sickly kid, and his mother worries about him all the time. So maybe he's.
I don't even think he's sickly. I think it's just they know that he has the propensity for it.
Yeah.
They're like, well, no, he has this disease. It's that whole thing you said, like, because they know too much. Like, if you knew you were going to die on a certain day, would you live it up or would you feel bad? Like, you don't know which way you would go. And so this mom's kind of like helicopter mom for him because she knows he's sick.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't know he was going to have that heart disease, she probably wouldn't have treated him that way. I don't think he was necessarily smaller. I think the good brother was just so superior, he's just a bigger guy. Because they bring that up later with Jude Law.
Yeah.
So I think he is literally just a larger, stronger, corn-fed child. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
But, so, yeah, that whole thing happens, and then I kind of want to rate this movie first. I kind of want to get to a rating. What would you rate this movie?
I had less fun with this one than I had with 6th Day.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to give it a 6.5 just because, like, I didn't hate my time with it. I was bored for most of it, to be honest. Like, it's
definitely
really
not
slow.
an action movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, like, thoughtfully paced, and there's a lot of, like, there's so much hunting for the guy because, like, okay, so in terms of plot, there's, like, let's just get into the bones unless you want to give your rating.
Let me tell you why. So I give this one like a 9. I think it's pretty good.
Wow. Okay.
I think it's really good. It's more because it's like, and it's not because it's action. I think it's an idea that he's not allowed to be good. But if you work for it, you can be good. It's that like underdog story kind of thing. And I really enjoy that. I think it's about as good thought-wise. I don't think it's any grander thought-provoking than 6th Day. I think they both are in their world. And it's equal thoughts. But this one has an edge to me of like, there's also that if you dream it, you can do it kind of thing. No matter what odds are pressed down on you, you can find a way to achieve your goal. And I like that idea. So it bumped it up a point. I'm sitting at a 9. Otherwise, I think it would have been an 8 still.
Yeah. That is a really unique and interesting part of the story is that, like, no matter what odds are placed upon you, either by the genetics that you are given or by the genetics that you are given, like physically given in a computer program, like, no matter what the conditions are, there's still something kind of, like, unquantifiable about the human experience and existence that you can achieve something beyond what you were intended for. Yes.
This movie's very, I don't even know if that's a word, but it's very dichotomous.
Okay.
Like, he is bad. His genes are horrible.
Yes.
But yet he dreams of such big things. And then you got a guy who's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And he was and he can't achieve that.
Right.
So even if you're dealt the worst hand, you can still rise up, but you can be dealt the best hand but still not be that great.
Yeah.
Like, it's two sides of that same coin. Like, nobody's bad just because you're dealt bad. Nobody's good just because you're dealt good.
Yeah.
Like, I just think this one has a couple more thinking points. I would have gone an 8, but just I like those thoughts, and so I'm going to bump it up to a 9. It's definitely not like a perfect, like, everyone's got to see it. I do think it's a good watch.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is a life-changing movie. Like, that is a high score, but I'm not like, you got to see Gattaca.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think everybody could enjoy it.
I wonder, too, if my score is tainted because, like, I expected more of it because everyone was like, oh, it's such a classic.
It's so
and
big.
It has a huge cast, I kind of expected. I mean, the movie opens and within the first 20 seconds, the science guy is like, oh, your penis is so nice. That's a really good piece of equipment you got there. I see a lot of guys peeing in a lot of cups, and that one, woo, that's pretty.
Like, wish my parents would have bought one like that for me.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot. I was like, all right, so dialogue in this movie is going to be bad.
That was kind of funny to me. I was like, am I hearing this right? Like, is that really what we're talking about? So to the plot. we have this kid who is the inferior brother and all that stuff, but he has this like love for space and he just wants to go up there. And then this is one of the really good big thoughts, though, this idea that like you can't even get a job if your blood isn't good enough. They make the decision before you even walk in the door. Oh,
which is nuts. Wild. And I do like the way that they talk about like the laws too. Like, yes, it's illegal to discriminate based on your genetic code, but nobody really pays attention to that. And the way that they show him get nervous for the interview too, like they narrate over top of him opening the door and going to shake a guy's hand, is like they can get your DNA from anywhere. They can swab it from a doorknob. They can get under the fingernails of the person who's interviewing you. They can swab it off of the cup that they gave you. Yeah. It really made you feel like part of the world, and like it shows the parallels of what I believe disadvantaged people in today's society probably feel when they go in for an interview. And
it almost gives this air of like paranoia, because it's like they have a way to keep you down no matter how hard you even try.
Yeah, like, systemically, like you were going to get discriminated against before you can even give the opportunity to rise up beyond it.
Yeah.
So, and that's a reality that a lot of people in this world live with. So it was interesting to see it portrayed in the media in a way that, like, I don't think in 1997 it was so in the forefront of everyone's mind.
Yeah.
Maybe not for me because I was 7 years old, but
true. You know what? I'd actually looked up this guy, the guy who directed it. Now, he does seem to have this kind of thing. So I was looking him up, and his movies are quite interesting. His first movie is Gattaca. He wrote and directed this movie.
Wow, his first movie?
And then his next movie he wrote was The Truman Show.
What?
Yeah, this is the writer of the... he didn't direct it, but he did write The Truman Show. Like, right after this.
Wow.
So he has this kind of thing with this topic, because then he did the movie In Time, which is not a great movie, but that's the one where Justin Timberlake, you literally live in time.
Yeah, you have
and
the
you
clock
have
on
to
your
pay.
wrist.
Yeah, you got to pay for hours of your life for a hamburger and stuff. Like, everything is about that. So he's really into this idea of it's not good.
I wanted to see it because it looked like it had the idea was there, very good potential for a good idea.
Idea's phenomenal. No execution.
Okay.
And he even came out one day and said, In Time is like the bastard child of Gattaca. Like, I had an idea, I didn't do it as good as I did the first one.
Okay.
But, like, he has this idea of, like, people's places in society and stuff like that. Because that's Truman Show. Like, we're using a man for entertainment and literally quarantining his whole life. That's such a big idea, Yeah.
And, like, curating it to what we think his life should be.
Yeah.
Based on who he is.
We got to do Truman Show one day.
I would love to talk about Truman Show.
Man, I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
That movie fucks me up.
Maybe we can't do Truman Show. But like, he's got some like really good ones, and I think I've heard of this one. It's called Simone. I've definitely seen this cover.
I've heard of that one.
It's got Al Pacino. And it says it's about a fading director who is creating a virtual actress to star in his film. So the idea of like replacing the people to get exactly what you need. So he's got this idea of cultivating the world to be what we want of it.
Okay.
So this guy has a real through line, whereas our 6 Day director did not. Interesting.
Yeah.
He wants to go to space. Our main guy here. You know what? I can't remember. Vincent. That's right. Vincent wants to go to space, and he's going to do anything to achieve it. And it kind of reminded me of, what was it? Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
The brother that like has the one idea, but like he has just one thing that keeps him from it, Mm-hmm. That scene haunts me ever since I've seen it, man. I think about it just randomly. Like, I'll get the mail and just be like, if only he wasn't colorblind, man. I think that all the time. But so he's trying to come up with a way to like really get into this life that he wants. And I thought this was kind of let me see if you and I are on the same page with how Jude Law comes into play.
Okay.
Because so this isn't like a new idea. There's like a guy who's fucking Monk, by the way.
Yes.
Monk is in this
also,
movie.
He showed up and I was like, why are you here?
Yeah. And he's a proprietor of like changing who you are to get what you want out of life. And so I guess he finds people that are valids, that are, these built well off people that maybe can't do what they want to do anymore. So I'm thinking it's Jude Law's whole purpose is he gets money by being part of this, by letting him go out and do the work, and then he can just live the life that he still wanted. Because Vincent says at one point he never wanted for anything again. He still got to live the life from the money I brought in that he had before.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is it just because why would you give your life to another person who's an invalid like this? What's your benefit? And I guess his would have been the lifestyle, the money.
And there's also a line late in the movie where he's like, thank you for giving me your DNA and letting me be who I've always known that I could be. And then Jude Law says to him, like, thank you for letting me live out your dreams.
Yeah.
So there's the equivalent exchange too of the ideas and the feeling of, I squandered my own potential, but I can give it to someone else and they can go live the life I was intended for.
Yeah. I just was like, why? Yeah, why? Why did Monk find this guy of all people, and then they would agree to let you take on their life?
Yeah,
and I was a little confused by that
role in the system.
He's just like he's just the guy, basically. Well, because he even says, "I get 25% of whatever you make forever."
Yeah.
So I mean, like, he definitely makes money. I was just confused why a Jude Law person, somebody like that, would agree to let somebody take over their role in life,
Yeah, and I think that's just
the
emotional
I can
aspect.
see it now, yeah. Then we get into this whole thing where we get Jude Law. He is one of those bigger, stronger children, lived a great life, perfect everything in his genetic code, but he got hit by a car, so now he can't walk, therefore he can't go be the great person that his blood says he could be.
Right.
So our main character is now going to take over and go try to live out his own dream using his DNA, which was fascinating.
Yes.
And then that's where I was getting into why I think his brother was so much bigger, because he has to get like a shin implant to grow 2 inches.
I did not like that.
He's like, even in heels, even in lifts, you're never going to be this guy, because he's 6'2".
Yeah.
Which, that's one of my favorite lines, though. He's like, yeah, how tall are you? 4'6", because that's his height in the wheelchair.
Yes.
Jude Law was so sassy in this movie.
He really was.
I loved it.
Can I tell you what bothered me the most about this movie?
Okay.
Jude Law being the swimmer guy, he was like a silver medalist and everything. Like,
yeah.
I am led to believe that if he has a silver medal, he was an Olympic level swimmer, right?
Yes.
How is an Olympic level swimmer with that level of fame that he had and his British accent, how are people not going to know that this American ass dude is not that British Olympic swimmer?
There's a great line for this, I think.
Okay.
There's a great line for this. When they first start doing it, because they don't even change his fucking picture. They just try to find 2 guys that look similar enough.
Yeah.
And then the guy goes, well, I don't really look like him. So our guy, Vincent, says, I don't really look like him. And then Monk goes, when's the last time somebody's looked at a picture? We only care what's on the DNA. We don't even look. People don't even pay that much attention because they care just about the statistics. They just care about like that blood level surface data.
That's so bizarre.
Which shows how little. So that goes back to the whole like systemic thing. That's how little we even pay attention. That's like, if you just had blonde hair, blue eyes, we don't care about anything else. Yeah. We don't care about where you were from or nothing else. That was how little they needed to know at that time. You know what I mean?
And when they went in to do like the whole interview thing, he didn't actually even do an interview. He just did a blood test, and they're like, "Okay, you're hired." And he was like, "Oh shit, that's all I needed." And they were like, "Yep."
So that just helps further sell the idea of, as long as this looks good, nobody cares. We're willing to write off everything else about a human, about the whole society, as long as this looks good.
Okay.
Because I actually did think that was Ethan Hawke's picture when they would pull it up, but no, that's actually Jude Law's face every time he tests in.
Yeah.
And they did almost kind of look the same. So I was like, okay, I could see
enough,
it.
Yeah.
They trust, and that's another thing. You put so much faith in the system that you don't believe anyone can shake it up.
Yeah.
Because like at one point, they go like because that one cop is so into the idea. Okay, so plot again. It's kind of a really convoluted plot.
It is.
But a mission director got murdered right before Ethan Hawke, Vincent, is about to like do his mission to space.
Yes.
And so they're combing through the whole place, and they accidentally suck up his eyelash from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what pops off this whole, like, are they going to find him, are they not thing.
And they also talk about like how often this dude has to just he starts his day by basically doing a full body exfoliation, so that he's not going to be dropping skin cells anywhere, and that's really gross to me.
Like, the amount of dedication that you have to go into as well.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about that. He has like that big giant like cosmic astrology book that he's using to like do the sit-ups with, and like he has to do it to failure so hard that he was like gasping for breath.
Yeah, that was a hard pull-up that he was doing.
To even maintain somewhat of a physical physique that these people would just have naturally, just probably not doing anything. He has to work that hard to even potentially pass as somebody like that. Which then, can we talk about the like running test thing?
Yeah, that was really interesting.
That was amazing too. So he has to like record Jude Law's heartbeat going on that thing in the wheelchair to work up a sweat. I actually thought he was going to have to like make him sweat to like spritz his body down in case they like grab sweat from him, but they didn't do that. But that's what I thought was happening, because I was like, yeah, you make these people sweat and you got to make sure that that's, you know, their bodily fluid. But instead they were just making sure he was fit. Yeah. And so he had to be able to run on this thing with his heart condition, but maintain a stable heartbeat, which was also kind of fascinating. This movie, it is very boring, but there are tons of moments that I'm just like, that's a great moment. I love that. There's a part later where he goes on a date with Uma Thurman, and the cops are going to grab him. And this was the only scene to me that was riveting, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
And they're going to like check his eyes, but they would see that he has contacts in. So he like gets rid of his contacts real quick. And then he's fucking blind and has to cross the highway to go hang out with her. I was on the edge of my seat during that part. I was like tense.
I was too.
Because I was like, I am that blind. I feel this. I'm deathly scared for this guy.
The way that they like simulated the experience of not having glasses and seeing cars at night, like in the movie, made me feel like I was there. I did not.
Oh, yeah. That was probably the most riveting scene in the whole movie.
For sure.
And there's not a lot to that part. So just to sell the idea of how slow this movie is, because this is a thinking, slow-paced, I would call this a thriller, because it's like, will he get found? Can he pull this off, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I don't really know that I care about that his brother shows back up as a cop later.
That was weird.
And like the whole swimming chicken thing, like that. I get it. It's a good byline, you know, but
yeah, I think I was trying to figure out like, why are they putting so much emphasis on this whole swimming thing? And then like I kind of connected the dots. Maybe because in the end they show them in this overhead shot, and the water is kind of like milky in a way that looks gross. Okay. And in my head I was like, oh, this is like an allegory for sperm, like.
True.
Sperm swimmers.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
And, you know, the stronger brother was always faster and whatnot. So it's like, okay, so maybe that's why they keep doing this whole stupid swimming competition, and the fact that Jude Law was a swimmer and he failed. And
oh, you literally really just like blew my mind wide open with that.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. I see. That's smart. 9.1 maybe for the score. See, I only took it to my underdog story thing because the whole thing is his brother later when they do the swimming thing at the end, he's like, it was such a whole Hulk like, that's my trick. I'm always angry shit from the
Yes.
Avengers. But he's like, yeah, I always swam, never intending on the swim back. I would exert everything going out, whereas you would always plan on what it would take to go back. Because for you don't have to think about. The valid people didn't have to put the same level of effort into making it in the world that he does. So he's like, I don't even think about having to get back. I just spend everything it takes to simply get out in the first place. The level of effort I put in is double yours out the gate, no matter what, all the time. Which is a good thought. Like, I like where that story ends, but I really don't care that his brother was a cop and all that stuff. It doesn't really add anything to me.
Yeah.
The only thing that really I liked about the cops was the one guy, Alan Arkin, by the way, another banger actor name. He is so hell-bent that somebody could penetrate the system. And these people believe in it so much that they are like, no, there's no way. There's just absolutely no way. And they can't fathom that somebody could figure a way through their bureaucracy, let's say, you know?
Yes.
And I loved that he was like able to do it. And somebody could go, people are scrappy. People will find a way. No matter how much oppression you think you can push down, there's always a way. There's always the hope that we can make it through there. And that's what I really liked about this, you know?
Speaking of the cops, though, did you notice Hank Schrader just like also randomly in this movie?
Yeah, I saw Hank in there. I was like, wow, so trim. So trim, this guy.
But he has that interesting scene, too, with Jude Law where he tests him and he's like, oh, you work at, like, NASA or whatever? What do you do in your wheelchair at NASA? And he gets all pissed off at him and is rolling after him. Like, I could do anything.
I'm a valid. You're not even as high up as me. Because one of the guys says earlier, and it's such a dig at the cops, because he goes, all of our people here are top-notch humans. Like, I guess they'll let any kind of DNA get into being a cop these days or something, but he basically says like that's a lower job, a lower level person is the only person that could get in there. And these people that work at NASA are so elite, are so beyond reproach, you can't even question them.
The fact that they hold certain jobs for the valid people and then certain jobs for the invalid people, like you can be a janitor if you want, you can be a beat cop, but like you could never do anything with your brain because obviously the valids are gonna be better at it than you are.
I will admit. Got a little sleepy towards the end of this movie. Did Mermaid Man ever remember him? Because Vincent started working at the NASA place as a janitor with the old man, Mermaid Man.
Yeah.
And then there's a scene later where he's like, oh, I'll take that cup from you. And like he looks at him and I was like, how are you not recognizing him? Like,
I
you
know.
worked
I thought the
with
same
him.
thing. I was wondering, like, maybe he was going to cover for him. Like, oh, I'll throw this cup away.
I thought that too.
But then that didn't happen. They find the cup and they're like, oh, the invalid works here.
I know. So how did he not know him?
Kind of...
But yet, the doctor by the end of the movie is like, I've known the whole time.
Yeah. I could tell by the way you hold your penis.
I mean, I love that thing, but like, I know that it wasn't attached to a good guy. That's the only reason I'm going to let you through, because that thing keeps me up at night.
Shiny hog.
Too bad this is an interlude, because that is the title right there. But see, that's another thing that kind of grabbed me, because at the end of the movie, like, really, guys, the plot is neither here nor there. It's really just how it ends that really means anything. Like him with Uma Thurman, like, I like that she's in it, but really, you could take her out of the movie and nothing changes.
Yeah.
Because he basically
also
just
had a heart defect, which they didn't really talk a lot about.
But, like, not as bad as his. But basically, she was just the, like, woman discrimination side, because she was like,
okay,
I meet most of the requirements, but because of this one tiny thing, I can work here, but I just can't get to where you get to go. So it's the whole idea still like, well, you know, she has the Y chromosome. Mm-hmm. No. women are XX,
Oh yeah,
guys
we're
are
two X's.
XY. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because, but basically, you know, like if like you and I get a job, I get to make more money
Yep.
because you got boobs, right?
Yep.
And that was basically her role, was just like, he's like the whole system, but she gets to show like, yeah, like I work here with you, but I can't go in the ship later. So
Okay.
I think that's her whole thing. She's just the women in the workplace, how they're still discriminated against. As much as they can be in the same discussion, they're always a step behind. And that, I think, is her whole metaphorical role.
All
Because
right.
there's a whole love thing here, but it can't go anywhere because he's going to leave to go to space. Like, he can't even really love her.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I thought about staying, but like, my dreams are better. Off I go. You know?
Yep.
So like, she doesn't really change anything. She's just there to be that other talking point, I think.
Yeah.
The cop thing is whatever, but it's more about the end that like, he gets to go. The guy was covering for him. The doctor was covering for him. And he even says, you know, my son is an invalid as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you give me hope that he could be something.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you go be something. Like, there's that whole thing. So he's covering because he's personally affected by it. And he wants his kid to have like a role model that he can say, this guy got to do it. You could do it, you know?
Yeah.
And then really the Jude Law thing, because that did kind of make me sad. But like, Jude Law eventually just offs himself, and you find out he was offing himself in the first place, which is why he's in the wheelchair, because he's
Yeah.
always second best. So that was that dichotomy thing I was talking about.
Yeah.
He's literal perfection. All they ever do is talk about how Jude Law's DNA is the best you can get.
Yes.
And then he gets drunk and he's holding that silver medal, and he's like, even though I am perfection, I'm only second best.
Yeah.
I
And so
couldn't
we
even
find out-
pass this. So I stepped in
like-
front of a car to die.
Yes.
But I let you live a gold medal type life, because your gold medal is getting to go to the go on the ship and go to space. So like,
Mhm.
you got to get your gold medal. And now that I've supplied that for you, I'm out of here. And he just
And he
burns
hops
himself alive.
in his own incinerator at home. I'm like, that was fucked up.
I kind of forgot that. It was like, oh, yeah. That was very like, there's a movie with Khaleesi and Michael Fassbender, I think,
That'd be a cute couple.
where he like got in a wreck, and he was like this like world-class like rock climber, and he was like this big athletic person, and he gets in a wheelchair and she becomes his caretaker, and they fall in love. And he's like, well, I'm scheduled for like a self-euthanize thing, like I'm letting a doctor kill me.
Okay.
And she falls in love with him, he falls in love with her, and she's like, but our love means more. And at the end of the movie, he leaves her a letter and goes, I still went to my appointment, because actually, even though we're in love, me being stuck in this chair and not being able to amount to my potential means more to me, and that hurts me more than our love can surpass. So he still
Damn.
chooses to die. Taylor hated that movie so much.
It sounds like a rough one. My God.
Hated it. She was like, he so did it. And I was like, love maybe doesn't triumph all the time. And she's like, I hate this movie. And like, we like are not allowed to discuss that movie.
Okay.
But it reminded me of this. Like, he is this perfect thing, but he can never achieve it. So he'd rather just die, you know?
Yeah. And that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, I guess.
Yeah. This movie's interesting, but it does feel like I think our discussion was all over the place. This movie's all over the place. You get just these random moments and scenes of this is happening, then this, and then it means this, but then that's happening, and it is all over. But at the end of the day, I think what you're left to walk away with is, if you put in the effort and you have like your tribe of people that help you out, you can achieve things through the oppression that's around you. And I think that's good, you know?
What it essentially boils down to is genes are passed down from parents to offspring, but there's no gene for fate.
True that. So, it's a good movie. I'm still sold on a 9. I think it's a 9. It's pretty good. It's a good thinking movie.
I'm lowering my score as we talk.
You're like, you know what? 5.
I mean,
Final thoughts. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts on it. Like, it was fine movie. It was both chaotic and at the same time boring, and that's why my ranking is so low for it. But
I
the
think
messages that it had behind it are enough for me to like care about it as a piece of cinema.
I think it was only brought up to be so big because, I mean, we only like discovered the strands of DNA, I mean, in our lifetime.
Yeah.
That is pretty recent. So this was a pretty recent idea of, you know, all the things that stitch your DNA together. So I think it was just, like you said, kind of ahead of its time and its thoughts and that science behind it. So I think people just regard it so wide for that. But yeah, it's like the first attempt to touch on this topic. It's not the best movie.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad Vincent got to go. And Uma Thurman was awesome. That's Gattaca.
That's Gattaca.